Major developments are unfolding in Foxboro, and the atmosphere surrounding New England Patriots is growing more intense by the day. What is emerging could have serious implications not only for the organization's reputation, but also for key players currently on the roster. The ripple effects may even extend toward potential league penalties that few anticipated at this stage. Sources close to the situation suggest that behind-the-scenes events connected to the most recent Super Bowl may have set off a chain reaction. While official confirmations remain limited, the tension surrounding these reports is undeniable. Conversations across sports media circles are heating up, and speculation is spreading quickly. If even part of what is circulating proves accurate, the consequences could reshape roster decisions, leadership dynamics, and possibly long-term strategy within the franchise. The stakes feel unusually high, and anticipation continues to build. Stay tuned as this story develops, because the details emerging from Foxboro could mark a pivotal turning point for one of the NFL's most storied organizations. The aftermath of Super Bowl 60 had barely cooled when shocking legal news surfaced involving Stefon Diggs, a key offensive weapon for the New England Patriots. What was already a painful loss has now evolved into a developing legal situation that could significantly impact future roster stability and offensive planning heading into the 2026 season. Reports confirm that Diggs appeared in court to respond to serious felony allegations, including strangulation and assault. According to documents tied to the case, the incident allegedly occurred shortly after a Monday Night Football victory against the New York Giants, reportedly involving a dispute with a personal chef over financial matters. These are allegations, and they remain under active legal review. While fans were celebrating that critical win on the path toward postseason success, developments off the field were unfolding that now cast uncertainty over one of the team's most prominent players. The legal process is ongoing and outcomes remain undetermined. However, the gravity of the charges alone creates concern within league circles. Diggs' legal team, led by attorney Mitchell Schuster, has firmly denied the allegations, describing them as unfounded and financially motivated. Diggs entered a plea of not guilty and was released on his own recognizance pending further proceedings. Still, with a court date scheduled in April, the situation leaves a cloud of uncertainty hovering over Foxboro. Until clarity emerges, questions surrounding availability, league review, and potential disciplinary measures remain unresolved, and the organization must prepare for every possible scenario moving forward. For supporters of the New England Patriots, the potential impact is massive. Stefon Diggs was not simply another name on the roster, he was the focal point of the offense. Finishing the season with 85 receptions and surpassing the 1,000-yard mark, Diggs played a central role in keeping the unit competitive throughout the year. Losing that production, even temporarily, would force a major strategic reset. The organization has released a statement expressing support while emphasizing respect for the legal process. However, the NFL's personal conduct policy is known for being strict and at times swift. Even before court proceedings conclude, the league has the authority to place players on the commissioner's exempt list or impose suspensions depending on developments. That possibility alone introduces serious uncertainty. Fans are reacting in real time. Social media platforms are flooded with divided opinions. Some voices urge patience until facts are fully established, while others are already calculating the implications of Diggs' reported $63 million contract and the financial guarantees scheduled to activate in March. The timing could not be more complicated. This is the heart of the offseason, when roster planning and cap management are critical. Head coach Mike Vrabel and the front office now face a difficult balancing act. If legal complications escalate, contingency plans must be prepared immediately. Depth at wide receiver, potential free agent targets, and draft strategy may all require reevaluation. Compounding the tension, fresh controversy has emerged surrounding the recent Super Bowl matchup against the Seattle Seahawks. Comments attributed to Seahawks defenders Devin Witherspoon and Julian Love suggest they believed they anticipated certain offensive plays before the snap. While there is no verified evidence of rule violations, the remarks have sparked debate among fans questioning preparation and play-calling transparency. The situation now extends beyond one player's legal matter. It touches competitive integrity, roster stability, and organizational resilience. With off-season momentum hanging in the balance, every development carries heightened weight, and the pressure inside Foxboro continues to build. Following the Super Bowl matchup at Levi Stadium, several players from the Seattle Seahawks suggested they were able to recognize tendencies within the New England Patriots offense. They described picking up on subtle tells and formation cues that allowed them to anticipate plays before the snap. While such comments are often part of postgame confidence, they ignited debate about preparation and execution on the biggest stage. The response came from a respected voice within Patriots history, Dante Scarnecchia, who publicly dismissed the chatter. He urged critics to focus on the outcome rather than inflating narratives. His message was clear: enjoy the victory but avoid overconfidence. Pride, he implied, can quickly turn into vulnerability. Much of the scrutiny centered on rookie offensive lineman Will Campbell, who endured a difficult night, reportedly allowing 14 pressures. For a highly touted prospect, the performance raised concerns. However, Scarnecchia strongly defended the young lineman, emphasizing long-term development over one challenging outing. He made it clear there is no intention of abandoning faith in Campbell's potential. Head coach Mike Vrabel reinforced that stance, confirming Campbell remains projected as the team's future left tackle rather than shifting positions. Reports indicate the rookie battled through a torn ligament during the game, highlighting resilience even amid adversity. Still, analysts continue debating the technical adjustments required moving forward. Protecting the quarterback remains a priority, and refining footwork, leverage, and hand placement will be critical. The organization now faces the task of balancing patience with urgency as it reshapes the offensive line for sustained success. As the focus shifts toward next season, protection for the quarterback becomes the top priority for the New England Patriots. The criticism following the Super Bowl performance continues to build. If opposing defenders were truly identifying tendencies before the snap, questions must be asked about preparation, in-game adjustments, and communication on the sidelines. On a stage that large, tactical discipline is everything. Fans have voiced frustration about how rookie left tackle Will Campbell was left exposed under intense pressure. Allowing a young lineman to struggle without timely schematic adjustments sparked debate about coaching decisions. However, former offensive line coach Dante Scarnecchia has emphasized the importance of conducting a detailed internal review. Understanding why performance dipped over the final stretch of games is critical to long-term growth. Yet the storyline grows more complicated. Reports surfaced that during Super Bowl 60, quarterback Drake May revealed he played through significant shoulder pain, allegedly receiving medical injections to manage discomfort. The controversy stems from claims that this information was not clearly reflected on the official injury report prior to kickoff. If accurate, the issue could attract league scrutiny. The NFL maintains strict guidelines regarding injury disclosures, particularly in an era where legalized sports betting demands transparency. Media personalities such as Nick Wright have already raised questions about whether proper reporting protocols were followed. It is important to note that no official ruling has been issued at this time, and the league has not announced disciplinary action. However, failure to accurately disclose injury status can carry fines or other penalties if violations are confirmed. With competitive integrity under the microscope, the Patriots now face dual challenges: repairing on-field execution and addressing off-field scrutiny. The coming weeks could determine whether this situation becomes a minor compliance issue or something far more significant for the organization's future. The potential financial ripple effects surfaced almost immediately. High-profile bettors such as Mattress Mac reportedly placed multi-million-dollar wagers on the New England Patriots, operating under the assumption that the roster, particularly quarterback Drake May, was fully healthy. When May later acknowledged he received pain management injections in his shoulder before the Super Bowl, it intensified questions surrounding transparency. The NFL requires detailed and accurate injury reporting, especially in today's legalized sports betting environment. Any discrepancy between a player's actual medical condition and the official injury report can trigger league review. At this stage, no final ruling has been issued. However, if the league determines reporting standards were not properly met, consequences could extend beyond monetary fines. The Patriots franchise carries historical baggage when it comes to league discipline. Past controversies such as Spygate and Deflategate resulted in significant fines and the forfeiture of draft picks. If the league decides to impose additional penalties now, the long-term impact could affect future roster construction and draft capital, critical components for rebuilding momentum. Commissioner Roger Goodell faces mounting pressure to enforce injury reporting compliance consistently across all 32 teams. The integrity of betting markets, competitive fairness, and public trust are all at stake. In the modern NFL landscape, transparency is not optional, it is foundational. Supporters argue that teams often guard strategic information closely to avoid giving opponents an advantage. Critics counter that withholding accurate medical status undermines both league policy and fan trust. That tension sits at the heart of this controversy. Beyond the injury issue, the organization is already navigating separate challenges, including the legal case involving Stefon Diggs and public remarks from Seattle Seahawks players regarding pre-snap recognition of offensive tendencies. Combined, these developments create a pivotal moment for the franchise. The Patriots now stand at a strategic crossroads. How leadership responds, through accountability, adjustment, and discipline, will shape the narrative moving forward. The franchise's history includes resilience under pressure, but this era introduces new layers of scrutiny. Is this an overreaction fueled by betting-era transparency, or a legitimate compliance failure? Share perspectives, engage in the discussion, and stay tuned as the league's review process unfolds.